There are two bleach jugs on the shelf at your grocery store right now. One costs $5, the other costs $3. Pick them both up, turn them around, read the back panels. Both list sodium hypochlorite as the active ingredient. Both list the concentration as 6%. Both list the same use directions. The store brand version costs somewhere between 50 and 70% of the Clorox. Same molecule, same concentration, same chemistry. The bottle is the only thing different. I supervised institutional cleaning programs for a working lifetime. The supply room never bought a single name-brand consumer cleaning product. The crews bought the chemistry by the case in unmarked institutional packaging at industrial pricing. The chemistry is the same chemistry that sits in the store brand bottle on the consumer shelf, 2 feet from the brand name bottle, at half the price. Subscribe. 5 name-brand cleaning products to stop buying in 2026. Not because they do not work. They do. They are the same chemistry as the cheaper alternative on the same shelf. Number 5. Tide. The biggest single-line item in most American household cleaning spend. The Tide jug, in the largest size at a typical American grocery store, sells for somewhere between $18 and $28. The store brand detergent jug, same volume, same store, sits 18 inches away for roughly $9 to $14. Read the back of both. The active ingredients on both labels are the same family of surfactants: linear alkyl benzene sulfonate, alcohol ethoxylate, sodium laureth sulfate, enzymes, protease, amylase, lipase. The order on the two labels is sometimes different, which suggests a slight concentration shift, but the same chemistry is present in both bottles at the same general performance level. Surfactants reduce the surface tension of water. Lower surface tension means the water carries the soil out of the fabric instead of bouncing around it. Enzymes break down protein, starch, and fat stains specifically. Both jugs do this. The reason Tide costs more is not the chemistry. The chemistry is commodity. Linear alkyl benzene sulfonate is manufactured by the tanker load at petrochemical plants around the world. The cost to include it in a jug of detergent is roughly $1 to $1.50. Tide charges $18 to $28 because the brand has 70 years of television advertising behind it, and because the consumer reaches for the orange bottle the same way they reach for Coca-Cola. The hand goes where the memory is. The markup on Tide over the store brand, roughly 2 to 1. Every household running Tide is paying somewhere between $40 and $100 more per year than the store brand household for chemistry that washes clothes the same way. Number 4. Cascade. The branded dishwasher gel, powder, or pod, somewhere between $4 and $9 per container. The store brand, same store, same shelf, sits next to it for somewhere between $2 and $5. Read the back of both. The actives are typically sodium percarbonate, that is an oxygen bleach booster, plus an enzyme blend, a surfactant, and a sequestrant that handles hard water. Same chemistry on both labels. Sodium percarbonate releases oxygen when wet, which lifts coffee, tea, and tomato stains. The enzymes break down food residue. The sequestrant softens the water enough that the chemistry can actually work in hard water regions. Every consumer dishwasher detergent on the shelf uses some combination of these same 4 components. The ratio varies slightly, the result does not. Cascade does not get the dishes cleaner than the store brand version. The two products run side by side in independent testing about as evenly as any 2 products in the category. The premium is marketing. The dishwasher pods are the worst offender in this category. A single Cascade pod costs somewhere between 20 and 35 cents depending on the pack size. A single store brand pod costs 12 to 20 cents. Same chemistry, same dose, same dissolution rate. The Cascade pod has a fancier wrapper and a dual chamber design that looks like it is doing something special. The store brand single chamber pod delivers the same result. The dual chamber is visual marketing inside your dishwasher, where nobody is watching. Across a year of 2 to 3 loads per week, the household running Cascade is paying roughly $25 to $50 more than the store brand household. same dishes at the end. Number 3. Windex. Here is what most consumers do not think about with glass cleaner. The bottle is the most transparent con on the shelf. Not because Windex is bad, it cleans glass fine, but the chemistry in the bottle is the cheapest possible combination of common chemicals, sold at one of the highest markups in the cleaning aisle. Pick up the Windex. Pick up the store brand glass cleaner next to it. Same blue color, same ammonia smell. Read the back of both. Water at 80 to 90%. A small amount of isopropanol. Ammonium hydroxide at less than 1%. A surfactant. Blue dye number whatever. Fragrance. The store brand version costs $1.50 to $3. Windex costs $4 to $6. The chemistry on both labels is the same. The concentration is the same. The only difference is the trigger nozzle design and the name on the front. The blue dye is worth talking about for a second. It costs less than a penny per bottle, but it is the most important ingredient on the shelf, because the blue color is the product in the consumer's mind. Remove the blue dye and sell the exact same ammonia and water formula in a clear bottle with a white label, and the consumer walks past it. The blue dye is not an ingredient. It is a logo you can see through the bottle from 5 feet away. The penny of dye sells the $4 of water. But here is the part that makes this one worse than the other 4 on this list. Both of them, the Windex and the store brand, are beaten by a bottle you can mix at home for 15 cents. 1 part distilled white vinegar to 1 part water, a microfiber cloth. Better streak-free results than either commercial product. The store brand is already half the price of Windex. The pantry version is 1/10 the price of the store brand. Number 2. Clorox. The Clorox bleach jug sells for somewhere between $3 and $7 depending on the size, with the typical 121-ounce jug around $5. The store brand bleach jug, same shelf, same size, sells for $2 to $3. Read both labels. Sodium hypochlorite at 6%. That is the active ingredient on both jugs at the identical concentration. Nothing on the back distinguishes the two chemistries. 6% sodium hypochlorite is the EPA-registered consumer bleach standard. Same chemistry hospital crews have used for disinfection for decades. Same chemistry every commercial laundry program runs for whites. The molecule does not know what label is on the jug. It does the same job regardless. Here is something most consumers do not know about bleach manufacturing. Most store-brand bleach and most name-brand bleach in the United States come from a small number of chemical plants that produce sodium hypochlorite in bulk. The plants sell to both the name-brand bottler and the store-brand bottler. In some cases, the same plant fills both jugs on the same production line, on the same day, with the same chemistry. The only thing that changes is the label that goes on the front. The Clorox jug is the same chemistry as the store-brand jug. Across a household that uses bleach for laundry, mildew, and occasional kitchen disinfection, the Clorox costs roughly $10 to $20 more per year, for the same molecule at the same strength. Bleach rule, same as always, water only, nothing else mixed in. Take a step back. 4 of the 5. Tide, Cascade, Windex, Clorox. The store brand version of each one sits 18 inches from the brand name version on the same aisle, made in many cases by the very same private label manufacturer, with the same active chemistry at the same concentration. The price gap on each is somewhere between 40 and 200%. The brand premium is not the chemistry. The chemistry is identical. The premium is the trademarked bottle design, the dispensing nozzle, the dye color, the fragrance, the shelf placement, and the 70 years of television commercials embedded in your memory. None of that cleans a surface. The private label industry is the part of this story nobody talks about. There are manufacturers in the United States whose entire business model is filling bottles for both the name brand and the store brand. Same factory, same tanks, same chemistry, different label, different price. The consumer pays twice as much for the label they recognize, and the manufacturer profits on both bottles. The system works because the consumer does not turn the bottle around. Number 1. Drano. The branded drain clearing gel, somewhere between $5 and $12 per bottle at a typical hardware store or grocery store. Read the back. The active ingredients are sodium hydroxide and sodium hypochlorite, lye and bleach, at low concentrations. Drano liquid lists sodium hydroxide at 1 to 5%. Walk to the hardware store aisle marked Drain Opener or Lye or the soap-making supply section. Pick up the 1-pound bag of pure sodium hydroxide beads, same chemical in pure crystal form. About $7 for the pound. The label on the bag says a 1/4 cup per slow drain. That is about 2 ounces per application. A 1-pound bag gives you roughly 8 drain treatments, about 88 cents each. The Drano bottle runs $8 and clears 1 drain, maybe 2. The per application markup is somewhere between 4 and 9 to 1. Sodium hydroxide raises the pH high enough that organic clogs, mostly hair and grease, dissolve. The lye converts the grease into a crude soap through saponification, the same chemical reaction that has been used to make soap for thousands of years. The soap dissolves in water. The clog washes out. That is the entire mechanism behind every caustic drain cleaner on the shelf. I cleared commercial kitchen grease traps and floor drains with sodium hydroxide for a working lifetime. The supply room bought it in 50-pound buckets at about $25 each, 50 cents a pound at that volume. Never bought a single bottle of branded drain cleaner. The commercial kitchen ran on the same chemistry the hardware store sells by the bag, at roughly 1/14 the per application cost of the consumer version. Safety on this one. Sodium hydroxide is caustic. Eye protection. Gloves. Add the crystals to cold water in the drain, not the other way around. Step back. Do not mix with bleach or ammonia or any other cleaner. The chemistry is simple, but the wrong handling burns skin. 5 name brand products. 5 identical store brand or hardware store equivalents on the same aisle for half to 1/10 the price. Same chemistry, same job, different label. The household math. These 5 name brand products in a typical family of 4 household run somewhere between $120 and $240 a year in total spend. The store brand equivalents, same volumes, same chemistries, run between $60 and $120. The hardware store sodium hydroxide for the drain brings the last one down further. A household that switches to the store brand or hardware store equivalent on these 5, no change in chemistry, no change in cleaning performance, saves somewhere between $60 and $140 a year. That is a single afternoon of reading labels and a 15-second decision at the shelf next time each product runs out. The brand counts on you not looking at the shelf next to it. The brand price reflects that bet. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 are sitting under your sink right now. Then walk to the cleaning aisle next time and read the store brand label on the same shelf. I will bet the active ingredient matches on every one. The label is the markup. Now you know what is behind it.